Let's talk about Savinho because this is one that moves me a lot, man. So, of course, unless you're living under a rock, you would have known or heard the news that Savinho has been majorly linked to Tottenham. Deals and negotiations are on the way. Spurs have actually already submitted a bid worth 50 million euros. And for me, I think Savinho is one of those players where, yeah, he's young, but he's super opportunistic. This guy is such a quality player, and even though he's young, he's one of those young players that have experience, if that makes sense. He's not exactly Prem proven, but we've seen what he can do in the Prem, and it's up to Prem level quality. He can play in the Premier League. For him, it's just about getting those goals and assists. So yeah, I like Savinho a lot, and I'm just dreaming of a world where we see Savinho and Kudus on the wings, and we have one of the most dangerous, most 1v1 skilled winger pairings in the Premier League. So yeah, be sure to drop a like and a subscribe, guys. We're on the road to 1K, so I can't thank you guys enough for all the support. And let's get right into all the latest Savinho news. So of course, exclusive report from Fabrizio Romano. Tottenham open club-to-club talks to sign Savinho from Man City. Negotiations ongoing between Spurs and City. Also understand Savinho's open to the move if the clubs can agree on a fee. Tottenham Hotspur boss Thomas Frank indicated Savinho as ideal player. And then Savinho is Tottenham's #1 transfer target. Concrete talks started with all parties. The player is open to the move. And then also from Fabrizio Romano, Tottenham are on it. And Fabrizio says that I have a feeling that this deal could happen. So you know, when Fabrizio Romano says he has a good feeling it's going to happen, 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to happen. So I'm trying not to get my hopes up, but let's be real, man. Savinho is one of those players that has just immense quality, bro. Savinho, bro. Savinho, the GOAT, man. This guy has so much quality, bro. So I want this guy in Spurs yesterday. So moving on, Savinho is keen to join Tottenham. And listen, man. Listen. Too many times have Spurs gone for players that have either rejected him or have not been keen on the move. I look at a guy like Randall Kolo Muani. With Kolo Muani, Spurs have rumored to have been going back in for him, even though I think the rumors were false, but I don't know. But either way, we rumored to have gone back in for him. But Kolo Muani has rejected us previously, and he's not open to the move anymore now than he was a couple months ago in January. So I don't want players who don't want to come to the club. I don't want players who are going to come here just for money. I want players that are going to come here to be Tottenham players. And let's be real though, I think one of the big reasons why Savinho wants to come to Spurs is the fact that he wants to be in the Brazil squad. If I'm not mistaken, I think he got left out of the previous Brazil squad. So Savinho coming to Tottenham now is a huge indicator that he wants to push really hard for that 2026 World Cup squad. And at Manchester City, with all the competition and him not having the most explosive season last season, I think he sees Spurs as a huge opportunity to play regular football, to be one of the main mans, and to really stake his claim in the league and stake his claim in that Brazil squad. So when it comes to Savinho, there's definitely that Brazil effect there too. But overall, he's keen on joining Tottenham. He has no problems with Tottenham. There is no like, let me just think about it. Let me just, let me talk to my team. Let me talk to my family. No, Savinho, Savinho heard that we wanted him. Savinho was like, yes, day one, yes, I'll be there. Make it happen. He's down for us, man. So I want a player like this at Tottenham. I love it. And Savinho is one of those typical Tottenham players, man. Just has the flair, gets bums off seats, man. Has all the quality in terms of technical ability. Can go inside, outside, solid left foot, amazing crosses, just a bunch of flair in this player, man. So he's just a proper Spurs player. And if you have Kudus and Savinho on those wings, whew, that's dangerous, bro. And I actually put out a tweet about this, though. I do see a world where Savinho could also potentially play the 10. He's not really like the most 10-ish profile, but I think he'd definitely do the job in the 10 too. So don't underestimate Savinho in the 10. And I think that he's just a very versatile player that can play on the left, on the right, and in the 10. And he adds a lot of dynamic ability to this Spurs team. So, Savinho wants to play every single game and feel like a very important player. Personal terms will not be a problem. So, yes, I love this. And let's be real, I think Savinho walks into this team and probably is our second best winger after Kudus. Probably like maybe our second or third best attacker, too. So, that's just the state of what the Spurs squad is at. So, Savinho coming in is definitely a massive boost to this team, man. So we need to make this happen ASAP. Levy, don't play around, please. Let's just get this done. And Thomas Frank is really pushing for Tottenham to sign Savinho. So Thomas Frank also loves him. Thomas Frank is a huge fan. And this is one of those times where Levy, you just have to back the manager, okay? Too many times we've seen it under Conte, Mourinho, Pochettino, Postecoglou. Managers don't get backed at this club. So Levy, you bald piece of shit, for once, please back the manager, man. Come on, Levy, bro. Let's go. And then something in the region of around 70 million euros could be enough to sign Savinho. So 70 million euros is what? About like, I want to say like 58, 57-ish pounds. So, I mean, for Spurs, we dropped what? 60 million pounds or 60 million euros on Gibbs White. So the money's there. Everyone knows it. So there's no reason why Spurs can't get this done. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Savinho is also on about like 40 grand a week. So you double his wages, he's only going to be on 80 grand a week. So I don't see why the wages would be an issue either. So Savinho, Spurs, the stars are aligning. And I think this would also allow Manchester City to target a player like Rodrigo, as they have been linked to Rodrigo. So I definitely think that the stars are aligning for this one, and a bid of 70 million euros. It is a bit high. We're slightly overpaying, in my opinion, because the things with Savinho, he doesn't have the goals and assists yet. But if we seriously want a player and you want to be serious, this is a player that you definitely need to overpay for. So for me, I'm fine with that. 70 million, if that's what it takes, then get it done. Just get it done. Get the player in. And then if we look at Savinho's stats, so this is where I'm just like, wow. If we already have Kudus, we already know that Kudus is one of the best dribblers in the Premier League, if not the best, if I'm not mistaken. Then you have Savinho on the other wing, which he's in the 90th percentile for progressive carries, 96th percentile for successful dribbles, 89th percentile for assists, 88th percentile for non-penalty goals and assists, and 87th percentile for accurate crosses, and 83rd percentile for key passes. No under 21 player had more progressive carries per 90, 5.46, or touches in the box per 90, 6.73, in the top 7 leagues. So this is a player where they're comparing him to freaking Mahrez, bro. And this could legit be our version of Cole Palmer. As we know, City made the huge mistake of letting Cole Palmer go to Chelsea for, I don't remember the fee, but they let him go way too soon. And we saw right away Cole Palmer become the main man at Chelsea. So could Savinho be the main man for Spurs, the same way that Cole Palmer was the main man for Chelsea? How I would freaking love that, man. So hopefully that's the case. And if you look at Savinho compared to Brennan Johnson, legit, it's not even a freaking comparison, bro. Like, just look at the stats different, man. Like, Johnson, the only thing that Johnson has over Savinho is the goals. And while goals obviously is a huge important factor, if Johnson ain't scoring goals, he's damn near useless. So just looking at this chart of Savinho's stats compared to Brennan Johnson, it's absolutely insane, man. So we need to get this brother in the club. And then Fabrizio Romano was speaking on Eberechi Eze, saying that he's always been on Tottenham's list, so for sure he remains of interest. So now, this is where I'm just like, okay, what is going on, bro? The adrenaline rush for this club is coming back. Like, go back like maybe like 5 days ago, and I was just absolutely gutted, man. I was like, wow. Like, yeah, we got Paulinho, but it's like, damn, bro, we need some attacking signings. Madison's out. Like, what are we going to do? The world's falling down. And then now we go from potentially getting Savinho, and now we're also looking at Eze. So Savinho's going to happen on one side, and it's completely independent of Eberechi Eze, bro. So this club is acting like a Big Six club again. Thank the Lord. So when it comes to Eze, I think when we have Savinho and Kudus, I think the need for a player like Eze of his profile is a lot less. But as some of you may know who actually follow this channel, which might not be that many, I am an Eze simp pause. Eze is probably one of my favorite players to not be playing for Spurs, and I think a player of Eze's quality just instantly takes his squad to a whole nother level. But with that being said, I think his play style is very technical, and it's not as similar to James Maddison, if that makes sense. Where James Maddison has like the long passes, the flare passes, he's just the all-around playmaker. I think Eze is like a lot more of like a facilitator in that midfield, and he doesn't really spread play out that much. He's more so like the ball carrier number 10. So I think with Eze, it's not exactly the perfect 10 profile that we need. I'm looking more towards like a Bilal El Khanous in terms of like the profile that we actually need in the number 10. But that being said, I still think Eze, you can't pass up on Eze. If there's a world where we can actually get Eze and Savinho, make it happen. There's just no negotiations. Just make it happen, man. So yeah, Eze could potentially be coming to Spurs. And if we actually look at this potential projected lineup that we could see if Eze and Savinho come in, this is just absolutely disgusting, bro. It's disgusting. From going to what we had, what we have right now, and just being a really depressing lineup that just has no goals, has no creativity, to now having Kudus, Eze, and Savinho, brother, good luck low blocks. Like, genuinely, good luck low block teams, because having Kudus on one wing, Savinho on another, good luck trying to double up these players, because if you double up on one, you're going to leave Kudus and Eze exposed, open, and free. If you double up on Kudus, you're going to leave Eze and Savinho free. If you double up on Eze, then you have the wings open to create chaos and havoc. So good luck low block teams. And yeah, if we get these players in, man, I'm calling it right now, Spurs are winning the league. I'm telling you, Spurs will be winning the league and winning the lot and treble, and it's our season. So yeah. All jokes aside though, man, just looking at the squad, so yeah, you probably have like a Polina, Sar, Bergville in here or whatever. You could have a Bentancur here too, doesn't matter. But man, just dreaming of a Kudus and Savinho winger pairing is just dynamic, because you have Savinho who can offer the crosses into Solanke, and then you also have Kudus who can do the exact same thing on the other wing. So it almost feels very PSG-esque in terms of like which wing do you really cover. So I'm loving this for Spurs, man. I really hope this transfer can happen. But there's also a world where you could play a Kudus in the number 10, and then you have maybe a Johnson on the right wing, which actually this could work really well, because what you have, when you have Savinho's crosses coming in, you would have Johnson there for the tap-ins, man. So, hey, maybe Johnson could work here. I don't know. Let's see it. Or you could maybe go with an Odegaard on the right wing, and you still have that sort of like unpredictability of Savinho and Odegaard. And you just have so many options. You have Kudus in the 10. It's just, bro, adding Savinho to this team, even without an Eze, just makes the squad a whole lot better. So this is one that we do not need to play around, and we need to get this one done. But let me know what you guys think. Would you want to see Savinho come into Spurs? Is 70 million euros an overpay, or is it just about right? Would you pay 70 million euros? And Manchester City fans, what do y'all think, bro? Like, are you guys happy about this? Is Savinho good enough? Are Spurs fans gassing him too much? Or do you guys dread potentially letting him go? Let me know down in the comments below. And I can't thank you guys enough for all the support. Be sure to keep liking and subscribing. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.